Thank you and good evening. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report on the Late Show. The Hoosiers touchdown to start, but then the Buckeyes go on a 31-0 run. A Tyson Lawton touchdown to make it 31-15. And then style points, the Buckeyes get a late touchdown to make it 38-15. The Buckeyes lead the Big Ten now in record. We'll start with the rest of the games from there on. Kansas and Colorado, and all the talk about Deion until it wasn't. At Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas scored on their first drive on a swing back to the running back or screen. It was a 50-yard run catch by Devin Neal. A punt and a field goal put the Jayhawks up 10-0. A turnover on downs, a Jayhawk touchdown, make it 17-0. Colorado would finally respond with their first touchdown, a 52-yard pass to Travis Hunter. Made it 20-7 on a touchdown. After that, they made it 27 on a field goal after Tabor Allen made that. But then Dion Moore scored to make it 20-14. That made it 20-14 on the touchdown. A field goal late in the half by the Hawks. A clock hit 0 on a delay of game. And it was 23-14. But the Buffs would respond with a touchdown. A 26-yard touchdown by Travis Hunter, 26-yard pass. But Devin Neal would respond with a 1-yard touchdown to put it 31-20, and the Jayhawks would respond with a touchdown in the fourth, 37-21, upset Kansas. Next game up, Mizzou, number 23, Bulldogs. Bulldogs started with a 3-0 lead, but the Dogs would fumble and a 68-yard touchdown, and the Tigers were up 7-3. The Bulldogs would get it to 14-10, but after that, it was really never that close. Luther Burden had 91 yards and a touchdown. The future first-round pick. The Tigers win 39-21 was the final. Kansas State and Arizona, the Cats claw their way to a win, and a big win at 41-15. The Cats probably move back into the top 25. DJ Guidance has a big day, 143 yards, 16 carries, and 2 touchdowns. It was a blowout in South Bend as the Irish beat up on Army 49-14. Ole Miss upsets Florida with 7:40 to go. Montrell Johnson hand out the likely knockout for a touchdown and knocked out the Rebels on their playoff, hopefully, last chance that didn't end in the good hopeful. They throw an INT and then punt and get another ball back to the Rebels, but the Rebels throw another INT. The Gators would run out the clock, 24-17. Miami beats Wake Forest easily, 42-14. SMU wins and Mike can move up in the top 12, 33-7. The Illini in probable touchdown with a 1-point game win with less than 10 seconds to go. Pat Bryant runs it in for a 40-yard dash. That gave him a lead in the game. And then on a safety, a throw out all around the field that didn't end in the way you wanted to end for the Rutgers, as that was the final 38-31. Georgia destroys Massachusetts 59-21. Georgia will likely move back in the top 10. We'll see if number 11, Georgia's number 10, will likely move back up. We'll see if number 11, Tennessee, likely to move back up. I've went over UTEP 56-0. Texas rolls over Kentucky after they tied it at 7 with 11:36 to go, but at the 6:39 marker, Texas took a lead for good, 31-14. The sophomore Quavion Windsor scores 2 touchdowns and 158 yards. Penn State survives with a 3-touchdown and a field goal to make it 26-22. A field goal late by Minnesota, but the Penn State Nilton Lions win 26-25. Arizona State beats BYU 28-23. BYU tried to make it interesting late, but a turnover on downs, an INT put a finish to that. BYU got one more play in, but it was a long pass that was incomplete from the 49. 28-23 was the final. Clemson beats the Clattade 51-14. South Carolina beats Wofford 56-12. They got a big win over Mizzou last week. In the Friday night game, UNLV won 27-16. The Sooners take the roll over the Roll Tide, who weren't good. Alabama did take a 3-0 lead, but the Sooners outscored them 24-0, and OU wins 24-3. Iowa State survives 31-28 over Utah. And in the final football game, it was a classic as Auburn grabbed a field goal against Texas A&M, which they may have felt like should have been a touchdown, but on the first drive, it was a touchdown, 12-yard touchdown by Texas A&M, a counter with a touchdown by Auburn to even it up, a goal in the second overtime, and another one to tie it at 41, a third overtime in which you have to go for 2 on both sides. Both teams did not score on that one, and on a final call in the fourth overtime, here's all that.
Got Hunter split out as a wideout, at least for now. We'll see if he motions. He will come in the backfield alongside Thorne. And now sprints wide left. Thorne looking middle, and what a catch! Lambert Smith came down with it. This is an unreal catch by Keandre Lambert Smith, but he's already shown you, wow, that he has got tremendous contested catch skills. He went up over the top of Javon Thomas earlier in this game, or it was Des Ricks. And here again, just look at him climb the ladder and pull that ball down. I mean, considering the that's one of the great catches you'll ever see. It sure is. And now Auburn is a stop away from a win. Just look how he sets the route up. He pushes him outside, tries to get him to settle his feet. And the ball's behind him, and he reaches back and snatches that thing out of the air. Amazing. Can the Aggies answer? Down 43-41. Direct snap, pitch back, Reed rolls right, dropped! It is dropped! Auburn wins! In the SEC, around college football. And no different here at Jordan-Hare. What a game and what a win for Auburn. In 4 overtimes, 43-41. And I think Daniels had the ball in his hands. It was right there. Your heart breaks for Amari Daniels. Such a good player, had a great game.
And that's football. In baseball, the Royals are off to a busy offseason with signing Michael Walker after the World Series was over. And the Royals made their first trade by acquiring Jonathan India from the Reds, and outfielder Joey Weimel from the Reds is traded for Brady Singer, the Royals' four-starter. The Royals did not have him start in the postseason. The Royals acquire Joey Wimmer. Also added, what did the Royals do with Michael Massey? Is that a trade they make? Or do they move him to the outfield? That's a rumor going around. Or do they move Jonathan Indy to the outfield? I guess that's a small chance. In basketball, Mizzou beats up on Pacific 91-56. Duke beats Arizona 69-55. Duke number 12. Tennessee number 11 beats Baylor easily 77-62. Nebraska upsets Creighton number 14 on the road 74-63. This is Sam Vaughn with Sam Sports Report.